Players like Diana Taurasi, a living legend in the WNBA, were quick to express doubts. "Reality is coming," Taurasi famously said, referring to the challenges Clark would face transitioning from the college game to the professional level.
What will the league have in store for them when they get there?
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Okay.
There's levels to this.
She was right in the sense that the WNBA is a different beast entirely. The competition is fierce, the veterans are seasoned, and the physicality is on another level. But Caitlyn Clark wasn't intimidated. In fact, she seemed to thrive under the pressure. What Taurasi and others underestimated was the sheer force of nature that Caitlyn Clark had become in college. She was a player who could break records with ease, take over games with her unmatched scoring ability, and elevate her teammates to new heights. Clark's debut season was nothing short of spectacular.
That's just life. We all went through it.
Of course.
And you see it on the NBA side, and you're going to see it on this side, where, you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball.
She shattered 62 records, an achievement that set a new standard for any debut player in the history of the WNBA. She earned the prestigious Rookie of the Year award, made it to the first team All-WNBA, and garnered the most All-Star votes ever received by a rookie. It was clear Caitlyn Clark had arrived. Beyond her on-court achievements, Caitlyn Clark brought an unprecedented cultural impact to the game. Her games didn't just draw crowds, they packed arenas. Fans filled the stands in record numbers, eager to witness the brilliance of the young star. Her debut was a turning point for women's basketball, pushing the boundaries of what was possible in terms of viewership and attendance.
And it takes time for people to want to be a part of it and to see it. I think it does take star power, and we're seeing...
But it wasn't just about the numbers. Clark's influence transcended the game itself. She became a symbol of what the future of women's sports could look like. A future where young girls could look up to players like her and see not just athleticism, but the power of influence. Clark didn't just play basketball. She made basketball matter in ways it never had before. As her rookie season unfolded, Caitlyn Clark's star power grew. She became the face of a new era for the WNBA, a league that had long been searching for a figure who could captivate the public's imagination in the same way that stars like LeBron James and Steph Curry had done in the NBA.
She just absolutely did it all and became a magnet for attention and an icon.
But Clark wasn't just another player, she was a movement. What truly set Caitlyn Clark apart from her peers, however, was the support she garnered from some of the most revered figures in the history of the sport. Players like Candace Parker, Breanna Stewart, and Tina Charles were quick to recognize Clark's impact on the game. Parker, a two-time WNBA MVP and champion, was one of the first to acknowledge Clark's unique ability to command attention on and off the court. She compared Clark's showmanship to that of Steph Curry, noting how Clark's ability to stretch the floor and create offensive opportunities forced opposing teams to adjust their game plans. But more than that, Parker praised Clark's ability to elevate her team. "You have to guard her the moment she steps into the gym," Parker said, emphasizing the respect Clark commanded from opponents. Breanna Stewart, a three-time WNBA champion and two-time MVP, also weighed in on Clark's impact.
Great player, and I think the way that she's kind of came into this league, she's continuing to hold her own and show everyone what she can do.
Stewart admired Clark's ultra-competitive nature and how it elevated the level of play not just for her teammates, but for the entire league. She credited Clark's arrival for the increased energy and attention surrounding the WNBA, noting that Clark's influence was felt across the sport as a whole. Tina Charles, a 14-year veteran and former MVP, reflected on what she called the Caitlyn Clark effect. According to Charles, Clark's ability to captivate both new and seasoned fans was unparalleled. The young rookie had brought a renewed sense of excitement to the WNBA, and Charles felt fortunate to compete alongside her. Tina Charles, a 14-year WNBA veteran and former MVP, is no stranger to greatness. Yet, even with her storied career, Charles has openly marveled at what she calls the Caitlyn Clark effect. For Charles, this isn't just about individual brilliance, it's about transformation. Clark has brought an unparalleled energy to the league, captivating new and seasoned fans alike. The influx of attention has been more than just a numbers game. It's an emotional revival. Charles reflected on how Clark's presence has revitalized the WNBA, fostering excitement that hadn't been seen in years. There's something about the way she plays, Charles noted. She doesn't just bring people to the game, she makes them stay. From a player who has seen the evolution of the league firsthand, these words carry weight. Charles believes Clark has a unique ability to unite audiences, making women's basketball a centerpiece in sports conversations everywhere. I feel lucky, Charles admitted, to have had the chance to compete alongside someone as transformative as Caitlyn. Diana Taurasi is one of the most accomplished and confident players in basketball history. Her fiery personality and basketball acumen have earned her a reputation as one of the game's sharpest minds. So,
icon for sports fans, certainly little girls, certainly mine as well, playing her basketball.
When Taurasi expressed doubts about Caitlyn Clark's ability to transition from college to the WNBA, it was newsworthy. Her infamous "reality is coming" comment underscored her skepticism. But reality did come, and it overwhelmingly proved Taurasi wrong. By the end of Clark's rookie season, Taurasi's tone had completely shifted. She now describes Clark's performance as nothing short of remarkable. For a player like Taurasi, to not only admit she was mistaken, but also to heap praise on Clark speaks volumes. She's exceeded every expectation, Taurasi said. It's not just about what she does on the court, it's how she's making people fall in love with the game again. That's rare. One of the most heartwarming and symbolic moments of Caitlyn Clark's journey came through her connection with Maya Moore, a legend in her own right. As a young girl, Clark idolized Moore, studying her every move with wide-eyed admiration. Moore was more than a basketball player to Clark. She was an icon, a blueprint for greatness. Clark often recounts the moment when, as a basketball-obsessed child, she sprinted across a court to meet Moore, her face beaming with excitement. It was a dream realized, the kind of moment young athletes replay in their minds for years. Fast forward to the present, and the roles have flipped.
I thought that they were professional, like as anyone at this level would be. I'm always impressed by the...
Maya Moore now looks at Caitlyn Clark with admiration. Moore has been vocal about Clark's maturity, basketball IQ, and leadership skills, qualities that go beyond her jaw-dropping performances. It's just really cool to think about how one of those little girls became Caitlyn Clark, Moore said. It's a reminder that kindness and hard work can inspire the next generation. Moore even passed the torch in a symbolic gesture when she surprised Clark before her final college game. The meeting wasn't just a touching moment, it was a generational handoff, with Moore recognizing Clark as the future of the sport. When WNBA legend Cynthia Cooper weighs in on a player, the basketball world listens. Cooper, a Hall of Famer and one of the league's most decorated players, didn't hold back in her assessment of Caitlyn Clark critical.
Two of them, I think it was also really fun to see them playing together tonight. They had some synergy and the maturity that they have going in, not even just being here at All-Star.
She said, "That's the word I would use to describe Caitlyn's contributions. Not just to the WNBA, but to American basketball as a whole. This wasn't mere flattery." Cooper's declaration underscored the transformative potential Clark represents. She saw Clark not just as a phenomenal player, but as a symbol of what the league could become, a centerpiece for growing the sport, both domestically and globally. She's not just playing the game, Cooper emphasized. She's redefining it, and that's something we can't take for granted.
Back on Team USA, absolutely. Any USA basketball experience for someone as young as Caitlyn Clark is going to...
Lisa Leslie, a towering figure in women's basketball, initially suggested that Caitlyn Clark and Angel Reese should share the Rookie of the Year honors. At the time, Leslie saw both players as equally deserving. However, as the season unfolded, Leslie quickly changed her tune. After witnessing Clark's record-breaking performances, Leslie became one of her most vocal supporters. "I underestimated her," Leslie admitted. "What she's done in one season is extraordinary. She's made the transition from college to professional basketball look effortless, and that's no small feat." For Leslie, the combination of Clark's on-court brilliance and off-court poise set her apart.
Benefit America for years and years and years and years. So, yeah, I would put her absolutely on Team.
She's not just breaking records, she's setting new standards, Leslie said. Caitlyn Clark's rookie season hasn't just been a success, it's been a phenomenon. With 62 records shattered, a Rookie of the Year award.
And when they're on the court, whether they're touching the ball or not, you have to guard her when she steps into the gym. And so I don't think we've seen anything like that in women's basketball. I've played against a number of great shooters.
Yes.
And the most all-star votes ever received by a rookie. Clark has cemented herself as one of the most impactful players the league has ever seen, but her influence extends far beyond statistics.
Somebody that when they walk in the gym, you have to guard them. And I think the way the game is played has allowed her to showcase that skill, to be able to take that shot.
The Caitlyn Clark effect has led to record-breaking attendance, skyrocketing viewership, and a cultural shift in how people perceive the WNBA. Clark's ability to draw fans, whether longtime supporters or curious newcomers, has given the league a newfound spotlight. Her impact isn't just measurable in numbers, it's felt in the energy she brings to every game. Teammates, opponents, and fans alike can't help but be captivated by her presence. Younger players now look to her as a blueprint for success, while established stars are inspired by her meteoric rise.
The way that she plays the game, you know, she's ultra competitive. Her ability to really stretch the floor and find her teammates. You know, she has these games where it's like you have to guard her wherever she is.
The league, once facing challenges in visibility and engagement, has found its catalyst in Clark. She's not just part of the WNBA's future, she is the future, one commentator said. As Caitlyn Clark continues to rise, the WNBA faces an exciting challenge.
Think about one of those little girls who became Caitlyn Clark. So I think it just goes to show you
How do you maximize the potential of a player like Clark? The league has already begun to feel her transformative impact, but the journey is just beginning. From expanding marketing efforts to creating rivalries that draw fans in, the WNBA has an opportunity to ride the wave Clark has created.
Be present when you can. It really makes a big difference in looking at the type of person and leader that she can be with people.
And for Clark herself, the sky's the limit. Her rookie season has set an almost impossibly high standard. But if there's one thing everyone agrees on,
I was this tall and freaking out, and I ran across the court, gave you a hug. I know. Now I'm like taller than you.
it's that Clark thrives under pressure. In a league filled with legends, Caitlyn Clark has already carved out her place, and she's only just getting started.